how to create a window with Mel and with Python in Maya. So you could open the script editor here. I'll bring it up here. So the command is called window in Mel. So I'm in the Mel tab. And what you could do if you want to know the flags or available options, you could type in help and then just type in window and then semicolon, because in Mel you're supposed to use semicolon, though if you don't put the semicolon, it will still work. Mel's kind of loose like that. So if I select this and I can press the enter button on the numeric keyboard so the command doesn't go away. If I do that and press this, this does not go away. And what's listed here is the help for the window command. And you'll see all these flags. So this is the long name and the short name of the flag. What you want to do, I'll press regular enter on the keyboard. It doesn't execute, it just skip line. What I'm going to do is call the window command, and then you have flag. One of them is called width height. I mean, I can just highlight it. I'm using Mel, so this is the syntax of Mel. I could do width height, and then I could say 300 by 500. So that's the width and the height. Then I could say, there's another one called title, and that will be the title at the top of my window. So I could put it here, and I could say my useful window, for example. And I put that in quotation marks. Now, for organization purposes, what I could do is actually put this on multi-lines, so it's easier for me to visualize. So I'll do that. And one other thing, there's another flag called visible, and it's either on and off. So actually, each one tells you what the type takes. Like, for example, width height here, this command takes integer and integer, so that's why I have an integer and an integer here. You could also use the short name instead, and that will work as well. I rather use the long name, so at least reading it, I know what they do. Title is the name of the top right here. Title takes a string, so that's why I put it in quotation marks here. And there's another one I was mentioning, visible. It's on or off. And in Mel, you actually type in on or type in off, kind of like true or false. And the last thing you do is actually the name of the window object in memory, not the title, but the name of the actual object, so you can get back to it. I will call this my window, like this. And then I can put a semicolon to say that finish the command. So I can highlight this command, right? And I press enter on my numeric keyboard, and it will make a window, just like that. Now the thing is, I had visible on, so it'll make it and draw it right away. I didn't put any buttons or any widgets or anything on this. But a common practice is actually, I could copy this code and I'll put it over here. So it's the same thing. I'll get rid of visible. By the way, when I closed the window, it actually destroyed it, so it's not in memory anymore. Now I copied the same code, but I got rid of the visible part here. So basically what it's going to do is going to create the window object. So I created it. It's in memory, but it's not visible. So what you would do after, there's another command called, Mel command called show window, and you make sure the case matters, like this is lowercase and that's uppercase. By default, it will show the last created window in memory. So if I did that and press enter, highlight it and press enter on the numeric keyboard, it will create the last window. However, if you're creating, let's say you're doing a big script or a job and you have multiple windows, or you want to go back to a specific one, you could pass the name of the window, the object window, and it doesn't have to be in quotations when you're using it in Mel. So if I select, actually I just closed it, so it's probably destroyed. So if I do this, it's probably going to give me an error. So let me recreate it again. So I enter it and then I select this, and there we go. It creates this window again. So this is how you do it in Mel. Just want to show you the equivalent, how to do this in Python. So usually when you use Python, we're making windows in Python, and a lot of times people use actually the Qt interface. In fact, Maya is created with Qt. You might hear people pronounce it Qt, but it's supposed to be pronounced Qt. And so with that, Qt is actually built in C++, where there are wrappers that allow it to, or bindings that allow it to talk to other languages, like in Python. So one of them is PyQt, or people might hear it call it PyQt or PySide, depending which version of Maya you have. But you could also use the regular Maya way of creating windows using the mel commands, just using the Python wrappers to call mel commands. So if I go to the Python tab, I'll show you how to do the same thing that I created using the mel commands, but through Python. So go to Python. If you say import maya.commands as commands or cmds, you could change it to, sometimes you might see MC, some people change it. You put whatever name you want to put here. So I'll select this and press enter on the numeric keyboard. It will execute it. So now this, with this thing, I have access to the Maya commands. So one of them is commands.window. So now when I press dot, I could use the mel commands, here, which is the same as here. So one of the command is help, right? So instead of doing window, I'll do back to the Python one, go help. And now you use the parentheses to execute. And then you could actually put in quotation marks here. And I'll put in a window. And I'll just clear this out to show you. And I select this and press enter on the numeric keyboard. And you'll see that I got the same result as if I went to the mel and just did this, because I'm basically calling mel through Python. I'll get the same result. So that's just calling it in there. Now to create the window, I'll select the mel version just for reference and paste it here in the Python tab. It won't work because this is mel, and it's going to tell me an error if I try to actually copy it. So what I'm going to do is actually rewrite this or make it compatible, or basically calling this through Python. So this is a command, window command. So to call the commands that I brought in, it'll be cmds, like this. And I'm calling window, actually, and then it's parentheses. So in mel, when you're calling mel commands through Python using the cmds or the MC, whatever you want to call it, basically the Maya.commands here, the last thing is usually the first thing you put in. So this is the name of the object that will be made. That'll be the first thing you put in, but you have to put it in quotation marks like this. Then a lot of the times the flags are very similar. There might be some slight differences, but a lot of times they work. So in this case, this is one, it should be one of the keyword arguments instead of the flag for Python. And most likely this is a tuple. You got to look at the documentation, but you put it as tuple or probably a list, and that's 300 by 500. So this is a Python list that will be equivalent to that in mel. So remember, this is a reference. This is mel. I'm going to put a comment. Mel reference. Just so you know, don't actually execute this part. All right, so we put the height. Now let's put the title. So it's comma separated in Python. So you say title equals. This is also quotations. It's comma separated in Python, not in mel. You don't need commas. And then the other thing, I'm going to make it visible. So visible equals, now on and off is like a Boolean. So I'll say true. That should work. And actually I don't need the window because I put it up there. So now this is the Python version. If I select all this and press enter on the numeric keyboard, you see the window showed up as well. I could close that to show that it's changing. I'll just call it, put on the title Python version just to show that it changed. Select it. Press enter. and you'll see right here the Python version. So it is actually using this code. And again, just like the other one, if I copy this, press the regular enter on the keyboard just so I have another copy, another version of it, and get rid of visible and the comma. So basically I'm going to be creating the window in memory, but I'm not making it visible because I took out that flag, and press enter on the keyboard, the numeric keyboard. So it's created, but I don't see it anywhere. So again, just like in the Mel version, if I go back to the Mel tab, you do show window, and then you put in the name, or you don't put in the name, it will show the window of the last created window. So I'll do cmnds dot show window, and without anything, with the parentheses, without passing any arguments, press enter, it will show the window. But again, if you made multiple windows and you want to show this specific one, you could pass, well, actually I just deleted it, so deleted it from memory. So I'll recreate it again. Select this command, press enter on the keyboard, numeric keyboard. And if you want that specific window, I'll paste that in here. So it will show that window with that name in memory. And that's how you show windows, a window in Python and Mel. You could then populate the windows with widgets like buttons and sliders and things like that.
Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.